All right, welcome to another session with the Elegbete One of Sports. My name is Emmanuel Sebastian. I barely introduced myself on this talk session,
you
but
take it for granted.
yeah, my name is Emmanuel Sebastian. I'm here with the Elegbete One of Sports, as you all know as Edafi Matthew Eseogene. Another talking point this time. Let's start with transfers. I don't know how this one excites you. I don't know how many transfers for Nigerian footballer excites you that much, but this one is Moses Simon. He has confirmed his move to Paris FC. I mean, first time in a long while where we have Paris FC and Paris Saint-Germain in the top flight of French football. So Moses Simon, 3-year deal, left Nantes, also in the French League One. I mean, he's served well. He's done well for the club after such a long time. I mean, he's pulling numbers. I think he has an assist record with the club for a number of seasons as well. So Moses Simon, one player you criticize so much. I mean, in terms of his crossing ability as a winger with the Super Eagles, and now he's finally gotten that.
And he still remain my friends. Like
that's the sweet thing about this.
he still remain
when
my,
you say
like,
things
he
as
still
he
treats
is,
me as bros, calls me, talk to me well, sees me, always greet me, national team. It's amazing. And I mean, I've got some things to say about this move.
So tell us what you make about this move for Moses Simon. It's a 3-year deal. He's 29. So, I mean, Paris is the capital of France, stadium close to Paris Saint-Germain. How big of a move is this for Moses Simon?
You can actually kick a ball in the Paris FC stadium and it will land at the Parc des Princes. That's a joke that they make. Fans could be shouting in this stadium and you'll be hearing over there.
Yeah.
Now, but basically, with this deal and the Trustekon Foundation, I saw the man, the myth, and the legend. I saw the footballer, the man, the husband, the father, and the friend in this move. And let me give you a breakdown. So this guy was in the middle of a transfer, a very, very important transfer. There are two transfers that are very important to a football player. Your first move from Nigeria to Europe for a Nigerian African player. Your first move from Africa to go sign in Europe. And then that move that is towards the end of your career. Because you get to a certain age, you are afraid that no agent, no manager can help market you to a point where you will be sellable. Because again, you're an African. Now, after playing, I think 7 years with Nantes, they wanted to sell him. Remember 2 seasons ago where they wanted to sell him and his contract had run out where he could have gone for free. There were clubs, there was Monaco, there was also talk of Paris Saint-Germain. And he told the club that he still feels like he should stay with them, that they gave him love, support, and the rest. And he extended his contract by 3 years. Now, there is something interesting about this deal to Paris FC. The club could not put more than 5 million on him. Like, that was how they rated him. Then they negotiated and he went up to 7 million or so. But Moses Simon helped the club to negotiate extra and the deal went up to 10 million. And he wasn't even asking for them to give him any special bonus, loyalty bonus and all that. I think that's like the mark of the man. That's something that you don't easily see in footballers. It's not just a Nigerian thing. You don't easily see anywhere. That kind of loyalty of, I will help you guys make money. These guys have spoken to me. I know they have money to pay. I know they need me. They were not going to walk away from the deal. Raise the transfer fee higher. And the club was like, we might raise it higher and they will not be able to meet up. And we don't want to be a roadblock, a stumbling block on this deal. But that he helped them to negotiate extra and get the club to make that money. Some of that people say, if I help you negotiate extra $3 million, how much percentage will you give to me? But he helped the club to make money. And when you think about the losses that clubs in France have been making, Girondins Bordeaux have gone under, a few other clubs are facing that. I think that it's one thing that a lot of people will not talk much about. Kudos to Moses Simon for that. But then now let's look at the 3 days in this deal, 3 very key days in this deal. He was negotiating this deal. He knows that he's got a contract to sign. Medicals will pass. He's got a contract to sign. Some people would quietly stay in Europe. But out of respect and support for his national team captain, flew into Nigeria, did the Trustekon game in Lagos. This is a guy who stays in Kaduna.
Yeah.
At best, Abuja, Kano, Kaduna, that's his zone. Came to Lagos, did the Trustekon game, flew out that night, did the signing, and then flew back to Nigeria for his child dedication and to support a few other charity projects that he's doing, give a lot of people support, and a new journey has started. I think that I saw a side of Moses Simon that is very, very heartwarming and beautiful. Kudos to him. Massive shout out to him. Does he get me excited? Yes. If you remember, a few weeks ago when Paris FC gained promotion, I was saying that the freedom that Paris enjoyed over many years, where they are the only team in their city for a lot of years. Paris FC have been here before, and then they went into kind of like his extinction. The way Bayern Munich used to have 1816 Munich, and then all of a sudden 1816 Munich is no more, right? People forget that it's actually the two of them that combined to build the Allianz Arena, but 1816 have been, I've gone into close to extinction now. Long story short is that Paris is here, and this is a new journey. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain, Paris FC, they are not comparable, but I mean, with the kind of money that is available to Paris FC, they will sign players. To think that the new beginning that they're starting with people like Moses Simon and the rest of them, remind me of the days of the resurgence of Man City, where they started with the Clichy, Adebayor, Benjamin Wariwaru, Semi Nasri and the rest, and they started this massive journey that led up to what Man City is today. Now won the Champions League, won plethora of Premier League title, FA Cup, League Cup, and the rest of it. I think that also could be the beginning. They could also be one of the teams that helped to share the spoils with Paris Saint-Germain and all that, because I mean, it's kind of like those two games. It's going to be like home game for both of the teams.
Yeah.
But in Moses Simon, I'm happy for him. I hope that he gets even better time within this first 3 years of his contract. And there's a need to extend, they extend as he moves to Paris FC. I would still criticize him. He's my friend. He's my guy. I will still criticize him if he comes to the national team. He doesn't do well. I will criticize him. If we don't qualify for the World Cup, I will criticize him if there is the need to. It's not like, it's a fixation. If there is no need to, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, you don't give enough money. No. If there is something to criticize in a football player, I think footballers also know. There are some footballers who know. I was sitting with Odion Igalo yesterday, and we just, some things, or some of them understand. It's just some of these players who feel like they are entitled to people worshiping them. The only people who you're entitled to their worship are the ones that you're picking their bills on a regular basis. The ones if you're not picking my bills, I'm not employed on a retainer to go everywhere and defend you. I will criticize you objectively based on what I see, what is happening around you. Again, it tells you that Simon also got a good... I mean, there was no noise. There was no, they're bidding for him, they're throwing a bid, they're refusing. It was just a small... Some people can say, the money is not big, so those kind of deals does not require much. But the way he went about it and all this place that he had to be at different time within a space of 5 days or 3 days was, for me, very, very incredible. He showed up for Trustekong to support the charity match, showed up in Paris to do his stuff, and then came back home again to be a family man, to be a father and a husband, to do his child education and all that. That for me is nice. Some people will say, okay, no, I mean, I'm in Europe now. Let's have my child in Europe. Exactly. Let's do the dedication there and all that. But he still felt like there's the need to connect with home, his fans, his family, and get everybody for the child education. I'm happy for him. It's a new journey, and now if we go to Europe, we want to go to Paris. Me and Kalija, we're always going to Paris to do one or two things. We'll now have someone who can say, this is our own guy. Let's go and say hi to him. Let's go and have a sit down and ask him a few questions. Isn't that what we do? Journalists will always ask questions.
Talking about his game now on the field now, where do you think he should improve his game more, Moses Simon? I mean, he's 29. He's not getting any younger. I know you've always talked about his crossing abilities. He should improve in that area, but from then till now, where do you want to see his game improve, Moses Simon?
I think a lot of his game have improved from when I was heavily criticizing him during the Gardner Trot era, and I think one of the things that he's improved on is his timing. If you notice, he's not always taking the ball. Moses Simon is a guy who takes the ball and always want to take on you. Like Jeremy Doku.
I remember the AFCON in Cameroon.
He
wants to take on 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing with a dribbler is, it's good to be a dribbler. I mean, that's the most exciting part of the game. That's what we love about Messi, Maradona, Lamine Yamal, Paul Gascoigne, JJ Okocha. But you see, it's also the thing I don't like about Okocha. It's also the reason why I'm not an Okocha fan. Not because he's not a great footballer, he's a great footballer. But I think that he did one step over too many. Danielson was a dribbler, was a dazzler. But I don't think anybody remember him at all. 1,000 step over. Moses Simon have improved in the area of sometimes knowing that simplicity is the best form of complex. That's a word I'm taking from Timi Dakolo. Sometimes just play the simple 1-2 passes, run into space, collect the ball, and whip in the crosses. Also, one of the things that I had issues with Simon's game for a very long period of time is Moses Simon would dribble, get into the box, and still want to lift the ball over everybody's head. I don't think that is necessary. When you're in the box, do a cutback, just lay the ball, kill the ball on the ground, let somebody meet it at the point of his needs. And if he rests in the net, he rests in the net. If he doesn't rest in the net, well, you've done your job. Or score it on the ground across the face of goal. An own goal can happen, anybody, but that you're in the box and you're still lifting the ball up and it goes to the corner flag to go and meet the assistant referee over there. I think for me, that's a defect in the game of a wide player. And I say this with all authority because it's a position that I played. And I learned under some very brilliant coaches and people who explain this to me. And then they bring the science and the physics to it and the geometry and why you shouldn't leave the ball. Because first off, every ball you kick up takes a flight before it starts coming down. So if you kick a ball inside the 18-yard box, it takes a flight. It's already beat the entire goal area. And then it's going out and then we're running out again. That person will receive it. It's not attacking the goal. It's going to also cross the ball again. Mm-hmm. So why not just play it across the goal line? That's the only thing I think he should improve in his game. But between the Gunnar era and now, his game has improved a bit. We don't play matches again. We say, oh, Moses Simon wasted our ball, like we used to say. So that has improved. But no matter how good you are, there's still, I was watching the Inter Miami Paris Saint-Germain game and people went, oh, Messi need to track back. I was like, at this age, at this stage of his career, you still want him to track back and do what point does he have to prove? Then I realize that, but then he's earning a salary. He should play. He should play. He should track back. He should mark, press a bit, right? So it's the same thing, whether he's 29, 30, whatever age he is, those little things he can use 3 years actually to make as much impact as he did in 7 years playing for Nantes. That's my thinking anyway.
All right, Moses Simon confirmed. Paris FC, you see Moses Simon in the Ligue 1 next season is earned close to 100 caps to the Super Eagles. Has an academy where they also had a player now who's been capped to the Super Eagles as well. So, doing well on and off the pitch, Moses Simon. One of few players who, without scandal, you hardly hear anything off the pitch about Moses Simon and stuff like that.
I think he's very grounded. Most of these players who are who have military background, Wilfred Ndidi, Moses Simon, those players who have military background, kind of like, there is order in the military. There is routine, there is order, there is discipline. If you grow up seeing that, I think the only person who have military background, Victor Boniface, but it's different, all right? It doesn't even have that much scandal anyway. It doesn't have scandal, not even that much. But those players who have a touch of military in their circle kind of like have all that. And Moses Simon is one of the guys at the very top of the food chain when it comes to, I can't remember. And I have covered and swept some under the carpet, bought videos, sex tape and the rest. I can't remember any time where if I open my diary or my hard drive and I'll see Moses Simon's name mentioned in any scandal, he's just out of there. We have a player who fought about almost everybody, who threatened to stab a goalkeeper, who hold the senior player by the neck. We have all those kind of players. But Moses Simon's never even reported to say exchanging word with coaches or fighting his teammates. You play him, he plays. You don't play him, he's okay. It's not a do or die thing. But then when he goes on the field, he puts his heart to heart. It's just sometimes I have problem with his execution. But you can't. It's like Ahmed Musa. You can't complain about his commitment to the cause of whether club or country. You can't complain about that.
All right. Congratulations to Moses Simon for the move, and we wish him all the best.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.